Hello everybody, welcome along. I hope it's not too boomy in the kitchen, and we thought we might be back again today. EFL meetings have continued and we do seem to have some news and some kind of conclusion, particularly down in League Two, because for the 100th time this year we have an EFL statement to pick apart. Always interesting reading. So here is the latest from the EFL. Have they pushed the Premier League into a corner yet? Let's find out. So it's not a long statement, so we can probably do all of it. Representatives of League One and League Two clubs have met today by division, where they have shared a wide range of comprehensive views in respect of how the 19-20 season is concluded. The rationale for playing the remaining matches has been fully debated, with a particular focus on the issues COVID-19 has created in respect of health and well-being, players first, ongoing testing requirements, that's an extra cost, player registration issues, contracts and loans, and financial burdens, the chasm between the Premier League and the EFL clubs already face at this time. All sounds fairly reasonable to start with. In the event of a curtailment of the season, the EFL board outlined how this could be addressed through a framework that includes maintaining the principle of promotion and relegation. I think a lot of teams, or a lot of fans of teams at the top of leagues, will be pleased to hear that, and certain ones at the bottom will not be pleased to hear that. League tables to be determined via unweighted points per game. Unweighted, so that's a change from earlier in the week. And playoffs to remain in every division to determine the final promotion place. So that is big news in respect of where we were maybe 5 or 6 days ago, of a weighted points per game and no playoffs, as in 1, 2, 3, top 3 teams going up. Now non-weighted points per game. I don't know what swung that. I guess there must have been some kind of vote. And playoffs to remain. Interesting. It certainly opens it up to a lot more teams going down. You know what those playoffs are like. If you're anywhere, I would say 10th as an Ipswich fan, but down to 9th, 10th, 11th place, you've seen teams crashing and getting. Look at Villa last season, 8th place at this point, although they were on a 10-game winning run. They did have Jack Grealish and they did have the biggest wage bill in the Championship by a mile, but there we go. Nothing against Villa, by the way. Enjoyed watching them very much last season. The EFL board, whose aspiration has always been to conclude the 1920s, everybody's saying that, aren't they? We always wanted to finish it, yeah. By completing the remaining fixtures, has previously stated that any decision on how to conclude the season is a matter for clubs to determine. Are they passing the buck there a little bit? We always wanted it to finish. The clubs are going to decide. As a result of today's discussion, the following update can be provided. So big news. So they start with League Two. Having considered the protocols and costs that would be required to be met to conclude the current season, League Two clubs have unanimously indicated a preferred direction of travel to curtail the campaign in line with the framework outlined by the EFL board. Unanimously, League Two clubs vote, it's done. In addition, clubs asked for consideration to be given to suspending relegation to the National League. What was that about relegations and promotions being honoured? As a result of circumstances created where fixtures cannot be completed. No commitments were made in this respect, and the board will now consider the implications of the division's preferred approach at the next meeting. So first of all, I need your opinions in the comments. League Two clubs unanimously vote to cancel. Seems fair enough, and we're going to talk about size of club going up and who can absorb that cost of testing and no ticket revenue. But on the other hand, they don't want relegation to the National League, to be honoured. So be very interested in whether anyone in the comments thinks that those two positions are contradictory. But there you go. League One. We knew this was going to be an interesting one after Dara McAntony's tweets this morning. There were varied views shared in League One, and it was determined that there would be a further period of reflection and consultation to understand what creative solutions could be implemented. My God, So we're going to go longer on this one into next week, no doubt. Creative solutions. What the hell does that mean? It was acknowledged that the need to find innovative and creative solutions, it's the second time in the paragraph it says that, was of paramount importance, as was the need for decisions to be taken quickly. So on the one hand, they're stringing it out a bit longer. On the other hand, they're saying decisions to be taken quickly. And I guess they're going back to the clubs here and asking them, okay, you can't decide. Give us your thoughts on this. Now, we've got this unholy alliance of clubs, including my team, Ipswich, with Fleetwood and Peterborough, Oxford. I'm going to forget one. Sunderland, Pompey. That's 6. I wonder if they pull in any more support over this weekend. Yeah, that's not good for League One. We were hoping something would come along. It seems to be the conclusion of today is that, look at League Two, there aren't too many, quote, big clubs. Don't get offended by that word, I can't think of a better one, in League Two. So it goes without saying that they can't afford to keep doing it. However, we've got this big mix in League One where you do have a Sunderland who can draw 40,000 and an Ipswich and a Pompey who can also draw decent crowds, a Fleetwood who can pay decent wages, Peterborough who've got this model of being able to sell strikers and bring them in and keep money coming in that way. And then at the other end you've got AFC Wimbledon, Rochdale and Southend, smaller clubs with sort of lesser revenues. And this is the problem now in League One, that everybody's interests are slightly different. I think now, purely because of size of club and disparity of size of club in that division. I know you can argue that across all the divisions, that, I don't know, pick an example, that Leeds as opposed to Barnsley, pick on those two clubs, in the Championship would be different sides, and that Arsenal as opposed to Bournemouth. But maybe it's most pronounced here in League One. Let me know what you think and what on earth is a creative solution. How are they going to come up with, goodness me. In addition, Championship clubs met earlier this week and have indicated that it is their wish to play on and conclude the season. We knew that from yesterday, didn't we? The EFL will continue to work with all its members to progress the discussions and arrive at the necessary decisions as appropriate in what remain challenging and complex circumstances. They're trying. The EFL are trying. They've been in and out of meetings all week, haven't they? So here are the conclusions. League Two unanimously cancelled, and the EFL are thinking about relegation. Are we then going to get the arguments from the Premier League clubs up the other end? Oh, well, you didn't have relegation going out of your league at the bottom. Why should we have it coming out of ours? You can just see it coming, can't you? So that's an interesting one. Get your thoughts in on League Two. League One, you seem to have this split now between clubs with wealthy owners and ability to bring in revenue, saying that the cost of cancellation in season ticket refunds and defaulted sponsorships and payments going back would be far greater for them than the cost of playing behind closed doors. And then you have the smaller teams that don't have as big a revenues or sponsorships or hospitality and things of that nature saying the opposite. Playing behind closed doors will then cost us more money. That's not a good battle, is it? Because as I've said a couple of times on a couple of platforms today, you're essentially pitting people with money set to lose this much against people with less money set to lose this much. Who wins in that scenario? God knows. Normally the people with money, I think, in most walks of life. So that's where we are from League One, and I'm fascinated to know what a creative, innovative solution is. My goodness me. Championship, they want to do it, don't they? They're in a better position than League One and League Two to be able to afford to do it. Will a lack of relegation out of the bottom of the EFL affect, though, the Premier League up at the top there, saying they're going to refuse to relegate clubs as well? We will see. So that is the latest from the EFL. Some ground in League Two. I think some ground in the Championship actually as well. But League One, now it's the basket case when we expected League One and League Two to fall together on the same page and a Championship to be different. There you go. That is football at the moment, and every time we think we're going down this road, something happens and it goes down this road. So get your thoughts in on the whole EFL situation. Get your comments in, get the debate going. Fine to disagree with me, fine to disagree with anyone in the comments. Just be nice about it. I've just put up an interview about this and about Ipswich on the channel that I did with ITV Anglian News. There was a video this morning as well, so loads of content coming out, and this is fresh, hot off the press from the EFL in the last hour. So no doubt we'll be doing videos tomorrow on the German football. Have a look at that, so check that out. As always, thank you for your subscriptions. Numbers have been good recently, and more importantly, your comments in keeping the debate going. I get the odd comment that says, what's the point of debating this until we know what's going to happen? That's the point of debating it. We don't know what's going to happen. So having intelligent discourse actually keeps us all kind of appraised on where people think things should go and where they may end up going. That said, are we any of the wiser after that statement? A little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you on the next video. Over and out.